Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday and welcome back here or welcome to the Megan Moves channel. If you're new here or if you've been here before, you know what time it is. But if you're new here, welcome to the Megan Moves channel. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we do a live stream here talking about some type of Disney topic, theme park topic, or ways to help you make the most of your vacations and theme park adventures. So recently, throughout our live stream series, we have been talking about the Disney World parks in particular and talking about some of our favorite things to do when visiting the Disney World parks. We talked about Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot, I think, Epcot or Animal Kingdom. Maybe it was Animal Kingdom. And we still have two more parks to talk about. But since tomorrow is May the 4th, I thought we would take a little bit of a break in our series and talk about some of our favorite things to do when visiting Galaxy's Edge. So this is going to be all Star Wars themed in honor of May the 4th tomorrow. And I'm going to be the first to tell you that I am not a huge Star Wars fan, but I do love visiting Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios. And we've also been to the one in Disneyland. So we can speak to both of those parks and both Galaxy's Edge and both of the Disney World and Disneyland parks. So I'm excited tonight. I want to know all of your favorite things to do if you've ever been to Galaxy's Edge, either in Disneyland or Disney World in Hollywood Studios. And if you haven't before, the reason why I like this series is because it kind of gives a look into some other people's favorite things to do in the park, or gives you an idea of some things that maybe you should do whenever you are visiting Disney World, or in this case, Disneyland. So I'm super excited to chat with you guys about this tonight. Before we hop into our live streams, we always say hi to everyone that is in the chat. So we're going to say hi. And if you're new here, feel free to let us know. And we'd love to say hello to you. So we've got our lovely Kitty Kathy in here, of course. Hey, Kitty Kathy, how are you doing? So we are doing well over here. Thank you for asking. And it's been rainy all day here in Pittsburgh, which is 100% true. It has been raining like all week. So we are just hoping for some nice weather. We need some sunshine coming in here. So let us know what your weather's been like. Hopefully it's been a lot sunnier and nicer than here in Pittsburgh. But thank you for being here, Kitty Kathy, and hopefully we get some sun soon. Hey there, an Obsessed Rangers fan. Thanks so much for being here. So it's going to be rainy the rest of the week for you as well. So yeah, we are not alone. So maybe it's just rainy everywhere right now. But you'll be hopping in and out, so no problem. Thank you so much for being here, and good to chat with you. Let's see. So we've got our lovely Deuce and Disney as well. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys are doing well. And yes, Deuce, I did see your post on the new Starbucks mugs. I should have brought up a picture of that, but every May the 4th, Disney always comes out with some Star Wars May the 4th special merch, but it looks like they did come out with some new Starbucks mugs, which looked really cool. So Deuce, are you going to go for those mugs? Yes, May the 4th be with you. So Deuce, this is interesting. I've heard so much about these Ronto wraps. It looks like when we go down to Disney in literally a week, like we're going down next week, we'll be down to Disney World again. I'm super excited. Next weekend we'll be down, but we're going to go to Hollywood Studios and we're going to have to add Ronto wrap to the list of things to try because I've never gotten one. I've heard some hit or miss reviews on the Ronto wrap, but for the most part, I've heard people think it's a must-eat snack when at Galaxy's Edge, so we're gonna have to try it. So, but Tia loves it, so we're gonna have to give it a try. Let's see. Yes. So that is another thing that I wanted to say. An Obsessed Rangers fan, I 100% agree. Even if you are not a Star Wars fan, still go to Galaxy's Edge. Like I said before, I have seen maybe like 2 or 3 of the Star Wars movies. I don't know a ton. I know the characters. I don't know a ton of the backstory, but I still love going to Galaxy's Edge. There's so much to see and do. The rides are really cool. The characters are fun to meet, and the food is really good too. So highly recommend going to Galaxy's Edge. The details are amazing in both of the lands. So it is a very neat place to visit for sure. Oh, Doof's in Disney. So it rained for 2 solid weeks in South Carolina. So it looks like April showers are truly going to bring these May flowers because it's been really rainy recently. But finally sunny, so I'm glad you got some sun. Hey, Carol, how are you doing? So Carol has been in Mexico. So this is your last full day in Mexico. I hope you have a blast, and thanks so much for popping in and saying hello. Excited to hear about your trip, too. So Dupes, let's talk about Ronto wraps. Are good, but way overpriced. but that is Tia's guilty pleasure. Yes, it is just a hot dog on a pita bread. So, hey, fair enough. Good to know. So, we'll give it a try and we'll let you know what we think whenever we go down. I am going down with my mom and she does not like hot dogs. So, we'll have to see if we can get her to taste test it. But that is good to know. So, yes, thanks so much for being here, Carol. All right, so I have, like usual, I have some of my favorite things that I like to do in Galaxy's Edge, but I'd love to hear what your favorite things to do are. So, as some other people have been putting in the chat, feel free to add your favorite things as we're talking. And I'd love to hear what your favorite things are because throughout these live streams as well, even though I've been to Disney World a couple of times, I've still learned a lot. So, I am happy to hear any of your recommendations or things that you know about Galaxy's Edge or just other Disney park things in general, because I've learned a lot through these, so I appreciate it. So the first thing I will say that I love doing is riding Rides of the Resistance. This is one of the 2 rides that are in Galaxy's Edge. It is a really neat ride. I like it because it's more of an experience than just a ride. So there are different pre-shows that you walk through. There's one main portion of the ride that you get to actually ride, but the detail that has gone into this ride is very, very intricate, very, very detailed, and it's very neat. Even for a non-Star Wars lover, I highly recommend it, and it's one of my favorite rides in all of Disney World in general. So the only downsides to it is it can have a really long wait time, and occasionally it does break down. So it can be a little iffy. This is usually one of the rides when going to Hollywood Studios, I recommend rope dropping. So that way you can kind of get on, make sure you're able to ride it, and skip the long wait time that kind of happens later on in the day. So one of my favorites. Absolutely love Rise of the Resistance. It is so cool. If you've never seen a ride through of it, check out a video on YouTube or just go and experience it for yourself because it's very, very fun. Yeah, so Doofs, I agree. Rise of the Resistance is really cool, much better than Smugglers Run. They are definitely different in themselves, but of the 2 rides, I would go with Rise of the Resistance all the time. Oh, okay. Hey there, how are you doing, Teachy Rose? The breakfast from Ronto is better, okay? Plus that special cold brew topped with Cocoa Puffs. Yes, that is another one of my absolute favorites. Let me find it on my list here. Where did I have? Yes, the Black Calf cold brew or the cold brew Black Calf. I don't know which way it is, but that is like a must get drink for me no matter what time we go to Hollywood Studios. No matter when I go, I always like to get a Black Calf cold brew. It is so good. I absolutely love them and highly recommend. So at Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios, you can get these at Kat Saka's Kettle. And then they had a different location when we were in Disneyland. I couldn't find them, but they are actually sold in Docking Bay 7. So that is kind of a good thing to know. And you can mobile order them at Docking Bay 7. I think you can maybe mobile order them at Kat Saka's Kettle, but I can't remember for certain. But I love these. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I love walking around and just having one around Galaxy's Edge. So highly recommend that. And I agree with you there, Teachy Rose. But I'm gonna have to try the breakfast Ronto wrap too. I've not tried either of them. So that is interesting. So thank you. Yes, it is amazing. I know the Doofs love it too. So it's very, very good. Yes, so that is what I was looking at, Obsessed Rangers fan. I was looking at the wait times too. Seems like this week has been a very low week for Disney World in general, but right now, before I started this stream, Rise of the Resistance was 35 minutes, which is not bad at all. It's not unusual for it to have over an hour wait time, and Smugglers Run is 20, okay, still 20 minutes. That's what it was when I saw before we started the stream, so I don't know what's going on at the Disney parks right now, but it's pretty low wait times, which is not bad to see, but it is bad to see whenever you can't go and actually visit. So, but I love creeping on the wait times. So, hey Emily, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Emily, did you visit? I think you guys went to Hollywood Studios when you visited Disney World. So we're chatting about our favorite things to do when visiting, or we're talking about our favorite things to do when going to Galaxy's Edge. So if you guys went, let me know what your favorite things were. What's another thing that I had? Oh, another one of my favorite things, if you have the Magic Band Plus, I love playing the Batuu Bounty Hunters game. So this game usually takes about 10 to 30 minutes, depending on where your bounty's at, how well you know how to play the game. But with the Magic Band Plus, you're able to use the Play Disney app on your phone, and you can walk around and find different bounties around Galaxy's Edge. And then at the end of the game, you can go and exchange your bounty for credits to end the game. And you can interact with the guild master, which is really fun. So like I said, I don't really know the whole backstory into like what the game is really about, but I really enjoy it. And the credits don't go towards anything. I think it would be really cool if Disney kind of gave you a pin or something to exchange the credits for. But all that to say, it's a fun way to kind of get around and explore Galaxy's Edge in detail, because you get to go places that maybe you wouldn't have thought to go in general, because the Magic Band kind of leads you around to certain places and you can see certain details. So I really like taking some time out of my day to play Batuu Bounty Hunters. And like I said, it usually takes about 10 to 30 minutes depending on where your bounty's at and how you're able to get around Galaxy's Edge. So highly recommend that. If you haven't played before, if you have the Magic Band Plus, it's kind of a nice little bonus to having the Magic Band Plus and something else to do when visiting Galaxy's Edge. So we talked about the Black Calf Cold Brew. Another place that I like to visit is the Droid Depot. So this is a place at Galaxy's Edge where you can go and actually build your own droid. You get to customize a droid. So you can pick, I think there's like 3 or 4 different models, and then you can customize the color. You can get different chips to put inside of them to, I think they either say different things or they sound differently. But it is like a whole experience in itself. You can go and you bring one other person with you, and you're able to pick out all of the parts, see it come to life. And then at the end, you can go outside. There's like this little driving mat where you can actually drive your droid around in Galaxy's Edge, which is very fun. So I know I would really like to do this because it just looks fun in general, and I would like to have my own little droid. I think the last time I checked, it was like $112. So it used to be like 100, and I think it went up a little bit. But so you can build your own droid at Galaxy's Edge. It's very cool. You can do it in Disneyland and Disney World, and it's just a nice little thing to do when you're visiting Galaxy's Edge, which I think is really cool. So we'll have to see if we're able to go down and do that. I don't know if we'll do it this next trip. It's hard because I usually fly Spirit, so I don't know how we would get it home in our bag because we only get a backpack. So we'll just have to see if we're able to go and do it, but I would really like to. So if you're just hopping in, let us know what your favorite things to do at Galaxy's Edge are, or if you have anything you'd like to say about your favorite things about Star Wars or any May the 4th things, let me know. I would be happy to try to chat about it, even though I don't know a ton about what's going on. I do know they released some special merch for May the 4th. So if you guys are going for any of this May the 4th merch, let me know. We talked about the Star Wars mugs, and there are some like hoodies and other things coming out. So I think new lightsabers too, and maybe the Wookiee ears are coming back out, which I think are cute. Okay, Kathy, this is a good question. Have you done the lightsaber workshop? So I have not done that personally. I know that is a huge and very popular thing to do when visiting Galaxy's Edge. But one thing that I do like to do is in the mornings, I like to get my Black Calf Cold Brew and go sit outside of Savi's workshop, because you can see all of the kids and the parents come out after they get done making their lightsabers, which is really fun. So I was able to talk to a couple of people that came out and see what they thought about it. People love building their own lightsabers, and I think it's really fun seeing the kids get so excited about it. I personally haven't done it. I think it would be a cool thing to do. The one time I saw a kid come out and they had their brand new lightsaber. They are very expensive, and they just whacked it right off the ground. I don't think they broke it, but that would definitely be an expensive thing to break right after you made one. But I haven't done it personally. Has anybody else here done the Savi's workshop or made a lightsaber before, or a droid? Let me know if you've ever made a droid before. So those are two kind of fun souvenir customizable things that you can do at Galaxy's Edge that I know people love doing. Hi there, Mom. How are you doing? Let's see. Yes. Hey there, Gregory. How are you doing? Build a droid. You need reservations. Yes. They say it's not necessary, but it really is. And I agree with that. So I made a post about this before. I know it gets super popular and very busy in the Droid Depot. So you can make a reservation, I believe online, but you can do it on the My Disney Experience app as well. So I always like to have reservations going into Disney visits because it guarantees you a spot into anything, whether it's dining reservations, building a droid, doing a lightsaber. Sometimes they have walk-up spots, but yeah, like Gregory's saying here, make sure that you are getting a reservation. Just saw a person dressed as Spider-Man where you are. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. Let me see. Another thing that I like to do. Oh, okay. Wait, we've got Doofs here saying, oh, their comment hasn't popped up yet. Here we go. Okay. Oh, okay, Doofs. So did you know that you can reprogram the Kyber crystals with a cheap NFC device from Harbor Freight? You can make your saber any color you want. I did not know that. Is there a video or something somewhere that you've seen that from? Because I would actually like to look at that. That's actually pretty funny. That is really cool. I did not know that. That is pretty interesting. Let me know if anybody else has heard of that before, but that's kind of cool. I'll have to look up a video of that. Oh, okay. So when you build a droid, they're constantly trying to get you to get extras for more money. I can understand that, and I think I saw some people say that in a previous post that I made. So when you build the droid, there is like a separate personality chip that you can get. There's a backpack that you can buy, and I can't remember what else extras there are, but there is like a package deal that you can buy, someone told me, where you can get the backpack, the personality chip, and the droid altogether for, I don't know if they said it was like $130. I can't remember exactly, but the backpack is like a separate $60. It does come with a carrying case, so you can carry the droid around for the rest of your day. But yeah, if you wanted to do this package deal, you could, but maybe just know going into it, there might be some extra add-ons that they try to get you to get. But I think with what you get just for kind of base experience in itself, it is exactly what you need. I don't know that you necessarily need the extras, even though the backpack is very cool and you can carry around your droid. Maybe just know this going into it. So it's good to know. Okay, thank you, Doofs. I would like to see the link. That would be pretty cool to that. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, the fifth thing that I have on my list is to look for characters. So the fun thing about Galaxy's Edge is that they have characters walking out and about around Galaxy's Edge. So this isn't something that usually happens at Disney World. Disneyland, you can find characters just kind of roaming around all the time. But at Disney World, they don't necessarily do that. They have designated meet and greet areas. But at Galaxy's Edge, you can see characters walking all around. There's Kylo Ren walking around occasionally. You can see Rey. There's Chewie. Stormtroopers, of course. The interactions with stormtroopers are always really funny. So there are a lot of characters that you can meet and you can kind of walk around and see them. So I think Mando, the Mandalorian, has just recently been coming out with little Grogu, which is so fun. I have not seen him yet. So hopefully we can see him when we go back down for our next visit. We saw him in Disneyland when he had just started coming out, but he's just started coming out in Disney World. So in Galaxy's Edge in Disney World. So we'll have to see if we can find him, but love seeing the characters for sure. And they're just fun to interact with because you never know, someone might come up behind you or you may just run into someone. So it kind of just adds a little bit something extra to your time at Galaxy's Edge. And yes, I love Chewie. He is so funny. I love when people get photos with him and interact with him. We met him at a meet and greet in I think it's the launch bay, Star Wars launch bay or something like that in Hollywood Studios. It's not in Galaxy's Edge, but it's kind of near where the old Little Mermaid show's at. You can meet BB-8, Darth Vader, I think, and Chewie. So we met Chewie and he was so fun to meet. I have met Darth Vader before and I don't think I'll ever do it again because he was so tall, he was so intimidating, and I just remember being so scared. So I don't think I'll meet him again. And we met BB-8. He was super cute. So that is another little Star Wars thing that you can do in Hollywood Studios that isn't necessarily in Galaxy's Edge. So just make note of that. Sometimes the wait times they're not usually too bad, which is nice, and it's a good AC break too. It gets you out of the hot sun, especially this summer. That's gonna be a nice thing to do. Okay, I think this was okay, so we did talk a little bit about rides. The other thing that I like to do at Galaxy's Edge is ride Smugglers Run, but I like using the single rider line. This is like a huge hack, or I call it a hack, but it's a huge time saver when at Hollywood Studios. The wait times for most of the rides can be very long at Hollywood Studios. It's one of the most popular parks at Disney World, but I like going to ride Smugglers Run using the single rider line. There's hardly ever anyone in line whenever you go on this ride in the single rider line. So you can just hop right on and off. You can do it multiple times in a row if you'd like. So the nice thing about, or the interesting thing about Smugglers Run is there's different positions that you can get in the ride. So you can be a pilot, you can be a gunner, or a, what is the, I don't remember what the last one is. That's what we are. It's a repair one, maybe? I can't remember. But there's 3 positions that you can get, and usually whenever you are riding in the single riders line, you're usually the last position, so you aren't necessarily able to be the pilot, but you can ride so much quicker, you can skip the long wait time, and it allows you to kind of maximize your time in Hollywood Studios. So if you're going by yourself, of course, this is a great thing to do. You do miss out on the queue, so you can't see some of the details. And if you are going with a large party of people and you're okay splitting up from them, you can definitely get on there very easily and you don't have to wait in the long line. I have lucked out occasionally. There are 6 people that are sat in one of the vehicles, and occasionally I do luck out if I'm with another person. Sometimes you do get seated with them, which is very nice. So you can miss a long wait time and still ride with a member of your party, but it's not a guarantee. It's just kind of if you get lucky. So just something to note. Let's see. So Gregory, so Grogu was in a cast member's backpack. No one knew until the unveiling. Surprise! So I know everybody was super pumped to see Grogu be in the parks and everything. And have you guys seen the new Grogu sipper that's coming to Disneyland? So I think that's out now. There's a cute little Grogu sipper. I should have had photos of all these things. And they started doing a Star Wars night at Galaxy's Edge, or just, no, not Galaxy's Edge, at Disneyland. So like I said, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but this is an after hours night that I would like to go to. It looks so fun. All of the characters looked so cool. So one of the special things about after hours events at Disney World or Disneyland is usually that they bring out some rare or exclusive characters that you don't usually see. And so I think it would be really fun to go and kind of see some of those characters and experience Star Wars night. Even though I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, it still looked like a really good experience. Yes, thank you. An engineer. Thank you so much. So there's 3 positions. You can get the pilot, the gunner, and the engineer. So usually you get the engineer whenever you are doing the single rider line. So thank you. Thank you very much, Teachy Rose, because it was like on the tip of my tongue. I just could not remember what it was. Oh yeah. So Tia is not for the Smugglers Run. So I get it. It is like a motion simulator ride. So it can get people if you do have motion sickness. So I get that, Tia, for sure. Yes, so Doofs, I remember seeing a while ago that they were doing the Star Wars After Hour. Oh, I think you're talking about the Sipper. But yeah, Disneyland usually gets the really fun merch, and sometimes it comes over to Disney World, but I don't know that it's going to in this case because it looked like a May the 4th exclusive that they were doing. But I know, it was so cute. But did you see, I think there was a Pumbaa popcorn bucket, and did I see that they are coming out with a Timon sipper or a Timon popcorn bucket, Deuce? Did you see that at all? Oh, thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. So my glasses are from I Buy Direct. I always get compliments about these. I love them so much. They're like a pinkish purple color. And yes, they do match this shirt, which is really fun. So thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're kind of color coordinating here. Yes, so it is kind of, Smugglers Run is kind of identical to Star Tours, which is another Star Wars ride that you can see at Hollywood Studios. I have not ridden that ride in so long. It's not one of my favorites, but it is getting a little bit of a revamp, if I remember seeing correctly. So that is coming sometime soon. I'm not sure exactly when. Yeah, definitely. If you get motion sickness, Star Tours and Smugglers Run might not be the rides you want to go and check out. Um, let's see. Okay, so there's a Timon Sipper. Okay, released 2 days ago. I thought I saw something like that on, I don't know if it was Instagram or something, but I do remember seeing that. So I'm excited to see when that comes to the park. And the Pumbaa popcorn bucket was just so cute. I loved it. So hopefully it's down there whenever we go down, but I don't know. Oh, okay, yes. So Star Tours is getting new shows. So I thought I saw that when they were doing the whole Star Wars celebration. So that was like an announcement that came out. So that'll be interesting to see what Star Tours looks like or what the new revamp, what new shows it gets. Okay, I think I have one last thing, and then if anybody else has any other things they're looking forward to this May the 4th or any other Star Wars things, let me know. They do sometimes do a lightsaber meetup for the May the 4th celebrations. I don't know if there's one planned for tomorrow. I've never been to one. They look so cool though. I did do a May the 4th, or I did go to Galaxy's Edge on May the 4th. I think it was either a year ago or 2 years ago. And it was maybe 2 years ago. And that evening they were going to do a Star Wars or a lightsaber meetup. I didn't get to go, but it does look like a really good time. So if you have a lightsaber, if you're going to be there for May the 4th, you might want to stick around the Millennium Falcon because sometimes they do a lightsaber meetup, which is really fun. Okay, the last thing that I have is to visit Dok Ondar. So I like doing shopping around Galaxy's Edge anyway because there is some fun merch that you can find. Like I said, the Droid Depot, the Savi's Workshop are two cool places, but they do have a lot of little stores. One place that's really neat to get good Star Wars merch is the Dok Ondar's Den of Antiquities. So I had not been in that store until our last visit. I didn't even know what it was, but they have a really cool animatronic of Dok Ondar himself, which is very neat. I love all the Disney World animatronics. So that is a cool thing you can see, but they also have a lot of other like little props and things from the movies and other Star Wars merchandise that you can go and check out. The Droid Depot also has a good store that you can go and visit. And I think there's a little like merch stand outside of Rise of the Resistance and the marketplace. In between the marketplace where the Katsaka's kettle is, there's a lot of good shopping there as well. So you can do a good amount of shopping if you're a Star Wars fan in Galaxy's Edge. But the Dok Ondar's Den of Antiquities is one of my favorite places to go just because I love the animatronic that's in there and just all the merch that you can see. It's actually pretty cool and all the little props and stuff. So that is what I have for my favorite things in Galaxy's Edge. And those are some of my favorite things to do when visiting Galaxy's Edge. It's always a must. Every time I'm at Hollywood Studios, I always walk back there to see if there's anything new, to get my black half cold brew, because it is one of my absolute favorite things at Disney World. Even though it's just like a simple little cold brew coffee, I absolutely love it. So thank you guys for watching tonight. I hope you guys have a good May the 4th tomorrow. If you're going for any of the merch, I hope you're able to get it. If you're getting the Wookiee ears or the lightsaber, you'll have to let me know if you guys end up snagging any of that merch. And if you're going to Galaxy's Edge tomorrow, let me know if you have a good time or what you plan on doing, because I'd love to hear how your experience is. Oh yes, Kitty Cathy. So I didn't even talk about Oga's Cantina. We went to, the Doofs and I went to Oga's for the first time. So yeah, when you're in Oga's Cantina, people drink that fuzzy tauntaun, makes their mouth numb. So that is a drink that I got. I got the fuzzy tauntaun. It's like a yellowish drink. And then it has this like foam on the top. And yes, it does make your lips numb. It's like a very interesting feeling and sensation. So I was not expecting it. I had heard some people tell me about it, but it's kind of a fun little experience in itself. So if you're going to Galaxy's Edge, even if you, as I keep saying, even if you aren't a huge Star Wars fan, Oga's Cantina is a fun place to check out. It is loud, it's small, it's a little bit crowded, but the DJ Rex is a really fun animatronic to see. The cast members that are in there are so fun, and the drinks are pretty good as well too. They are a bit pricey, but of course it's Disney. They've got their Disney price on them. I think my fuzzy tauntaun was like $18. I think if I remember right, it was like $18 when it was said and done or something. So it is a bit pricey, but it is a fun little experience to do in itself. So you might get like 45 minutes or a half hour in there. Your time is limited, But if you go, I recommend the Fuzzy Tauntaun because it was a good drink and a fun experience to drink it. So yes, you were right there, Kitty Cathy. Yes, Doofs, please let me know about the mugs for sure. That's right. They do have a queue on Shop Disney for the merch. I forgot they do that. So if you're going for any of the merchandise, make sure you go and hop in the queue so that way you can get the lightsaber. I think they usually do it for the lightsaber and all of the like t-shirts and things that they have. So make sure you do that. And if you go to Galaxy's Edge, I think they usually have like exclusive pins or shirts or stuff like that that sells out super quickly all the time. So make sure you go ahead and grab that. Hey Janelle, how are you doing? We're talking May the 4th stuff. So tomorrow at Galaxy's Edge, we're just talking some of our favorite things to do when visiting Galaxy's Edge in honor of May the 4th tomorrow. So if you don't have a park day plan tomorrow, it might be interesting to go and see what's happening over at Galaxy's Edge. If there's any fun May the 4th things happening, I know they've got some May the 4th merch. And the Doofs are looking for the Starbucks mugs. So I don't know if the Starbucks mugs are going to release in the parks or not, but that might be like a cool thing to go and do if you don't have a park day planned. Oh yes. So an Obsessed Rangers fan, yeah, put on your must-dos and then we'll probably hop off here. So as I said earlier, if you're new here, we have been doing a series talking about our favorite things to do when visiting the Disney World parks. So we did Magic Kingdom and I think Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. I think we just have Epcot and Disney Springs left to do. We're kind of counting Disney Springs into the Disney parks just because it kind of is a park in itself, even though it's free and it's shopping and everything. There's a lot that you can do there when you're visiting the park or when you're visiting Disney World. So we're going to be chatting about that. So that'll be next week. And then the week after, we are probably going to do a live stream actually in Disney World or Universal. Stay tuned. I'm not sure which park it'll be. Our schedule is kind of still TBD, but we will be at Disney World. So that is kind of our live schedule from here on out. So if you are new here, feel free to subscribe, hit a reminder. We're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm looking forward to entering into the summer and kind of getting some more trips planned and hopefully bringing you along on them via live stream. So okay, so Janelle, so you will be there. So I'm excited to see if they have anything new or if they're doing anything special for May the 4th. I was telling people a little bit ago. I went, I think 2 years ago for the 4th. So it was fun to go and check it out. Everybody's like dressed up and it's like a whole thing. It's a really neat experience for sure. Oh, okay. Teachy Rose, I don't know if the May the 4th merch is usually available at the World of Disney store. For some reason, I think in the past it's been just at Galaxy's Edge and on Shop Disney. But if anybody has any insight into that, let me know. I'm not for certain. I don't remember seeing anything at the World of Disney store, but they could have changed it since I've been there because it's been kind of like 2 years since I've been in tuned with the May the 4th merch in in the World of Disney or in the park. So if anybody has any idea, Janelle, if you have any idea, let us know. But maybe just bank on it being at Galaxy's Edge and Hollywood Studios and on Shop Disney, just to be safe. Yes, it is definitely a neat experience being in there. Just even though, like I keep saying, if you're not a huge Star Wars fan, even being around everyone that is a Star Wars fan and seeing them all get dressed up and just being so pumped about it being May the 4th is just a fun thing. There's also that's right. There is that Star Wars store at Disney Springs. So I wonder and at Downtown Disney in Disneyland, they do have a Star Wars store. So I wonder if they're going to put the merch in that Star Wars store. So if you're going to Disney Springs, maybe check the Star Wars store. It's kind of right across from the toy store, Once Upon a Toy or something like that. So maybe check that to see. Okay, so Janelle, let's see. I think it's available only at the 2 locations mentioned. So gotcha. That's what I was kind of thinking. But you could always check the Star Wars store just to see. Or they might even have it online. On Shop Disney, they might say where it's at, like Janelle's saying here. Or on their Instagram, they might have where they're having the merch at. 2 years ago, they closed a section of World of Disney to decorate for May the 4th. So maybe they do have it. Like I said, I don't really remember, but maybe they do. So thank you guys for the help there, and I hope that helps Teachy Rose. So we've got an Obsessed Rangers fan. These are his must-dos. So obviously ride Rise of the Resistance for sure. Batuu Bounties sounds fun. Yes, we love it. Don't have a Magic Band plus though. Droid Depot sounds fun. Yes. Even just going, if you don't have a reservation for a Droid Depot, you can just walk in and see people make the droids. So even if you aren't particularly going to do it yourself, you can go in and watch other people do it. So that's what I've done. And hopefully one day we can make a droid ourselves, but it is still fun just to go and watch everybody else do that. And ride the other ride, Smugglers Run. So those are all really good favorites and just great things to do in general when visiting Galaxy's Edge. So I agree with you there. Oh, and we've got another part. Meet fun characters, take pictures with them. Absolutely. If you ever could check out oh yes. So the Star Wars, the Star Cruiser. The Star Cruiser definitely looks very fun, very interesting. I know they're doing a Disney sweepstakes right now where you can win a stay on the Star Cruiser. So make sure to enter that. I think you can enter daily, which is my reminder to enter for the day. But I think it's up until the 5th or something like that. You can enter and then you can win a stay at the Star Cruiser, which would be pretty sweet. So I don't know that I would like to visit just because it looks like a neat place, but as of right now, for the price that it is and for how long the stay is, I don't know that we'll be doing that, but if the opportunity ever presents itself, it would be cool for sure. An Obsessed Rangers fan, I agree with you there. So yeah, I think that is all that I had to... Oh, okay, yes, you're right, Doofs. Don't forget the Grogu magic shot near the entrance of Toy Story Land. Yes, I love this magic shot. They do have really fun magic shots if you have the photo pass. If you have photo pass whenever you're going to Galaxy's Edge, they have a little Grogu magic shot, like the Doofs are saying, as you're entering into Toy Story Land. It's kind of off to the right. There is like this rock wall, and there's always a photo pass person there that is taking photos. So you could get your picture with Grogu there, or the magic shot, I guess. Then they also have a super zoom, which is in front of the Millennium Falcon, and they have a little other magic shot where you can kind of hold your arm like this, and a little porg is on your arm, which is very cute. It's kind of perched on your arm. So yes, don't forget the magic shots when you're at Galaxy's Edge, because they do have some fun ones. So let's see, until 5 p.m. Okay, until 5 p.m. they do those, so that is good to know, Doofs. I didn't realize that. So until 5 p.m., that's a good thing to note. That is one reason why I went to Galaxy's Edge the one day, because I was like, I need to get this magic shot. It's so cute. Oh, TG Rose, good to know. BTW, you can ask the Disney cast member to help you ship your droid back home via UPS or FedEx. Saw a DFB video on here somewhere. Oh, that is good to know. Yeah, because I fly Spirit, so I only fly down with like a duffel bag or a backpack ever. So I never knew how I was going to get my droid back. So maybe this will make it a little bit more feasible. We can have it shipped home. So thank you for sharing that, TG Rose. And if anybody's going and doesn't know how to get their droid back, that is how you can do it. I also asked someone, or I made a post asking how people get their lightsabers home, and people said they usually fit up in the overhead compartment on airplanes and they can go through TSA. So if you're getting a lightsaber, that is good to know too. All right. Well, I think that pretty much concludes our chat for tonight. Thank you guys so much for talking Star Wars with me. Very excited for May the 4th tomorrow. We've got our friend Janelle in here with Disney Parks with Love. She does lives on TikTok. So most likely if she is going to the park tomorrow, she probably will be doing some lives in the park. So if you're wanting to see what the park is actually looking like on May the 4th, you can check out her live stream. And we will be back at Disney World next weekend. Very, very pumped about it. We might I know leading up to the trip, we're going to do some packing videos. I'm going to have a snack video, and I might share a video of our plans just so you guys know what we're going to be doing with this upcoming trip. So I'm very excited. One thing that we're going to be doing is the underground tour at Magic Kingdom. So we've never done that before, and I'm very pumped to see the underground tunnels and ride the rides and just hear a lot of facts about Magic Kingdom. So that's what we kind of have in store coming up here. And yeah, so next week we're going to be talking either Epcot or Disney Springs. So if you're new here, feel free to join back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'd love to have you here. Thanks everybody for chatting in the chat, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope that you guys get some sunshine here soon. I think our weather's supposed to get a little bit nicer here coming up, but we will just have to see. So happy May the 4th, everyone. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you in the next vlog or live stream. Thanks, guys. We'll see ya.